Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, 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 first and foremost. Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call hello, Yahweh. Bow Shemi Al Shai, Bow Shemar Kakwadash. And of course, double honors go out to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Through the Holy Spirit, continue to teach us His truth. All right, giving us His wisdom and knowledge through the scriptures. This is Naaman with the DC camp. And as you can see on the screen here, this is Democracy Now! This was as of this morning. And wow, I just, for those that continue to trust these Edomites in general, but in particular this American, all right, we constantly tell you in our videos and have since Great Millstone first came on the internet back in 2007, all right. These so-called white people, the nation of Edom in the Bible, that's who they are no good. They are the wicked. And as such, you are not to believe anything that comes out of their mouth. This is for all you Christians out there that believe everybody can be saved. No, you don't understand. There's a balance, all right? Where there's righteousness, there's wickedness. That also applies to nations. It says, this is prayer for the punishment of the wicked, all right? And I'm going to skip down. Well, actually, I'll just start at the top. It says, do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Two questions, right? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Who is this talking about? Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. All right? And here's the point. Verse 3, it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. See, you have to understand something else. We're in this little season that it talked about, all right, in Revelation 20th chapter, coming out of the dark ages where he was sealed up. He could not deceive the nations anymore. And then at the Renaissance, when he came back into power, he's been doing that ever since. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, we know the story of Jacob and Esau, where Esau sold his birthright. All right. So, and then skip to chapter 27th in Genesis. Again, Jacob supplanted him, and but he sold his birthright. So in verse 41, he swore what? Vengeance. He said, after my father Jacob, all right, dies, then I will kill my brother Jacob. And he's been doing that ever since. But here's the thing. This little season where he has ruled, he's shown that he was unworthy to have the birthright. All right, so it was all done in the spirit. Now let's go to this article here, because this devil always has an ulterior motive. He's a liar and deceiver. All right, this is Democracy Now! And the guy here, his name is Spencer Ackerman. All right, and he's going to tell you how, when this whole Afghan thing did not have to take place, they had offered to surrender. The U.S. said no. Much the same as Japan in World War II. I believe it was in February of 1945 where they were making arrangements trying to surrender. And once again, I believe it was in June. So 2 times they tried. But again, the U.S. wanted to test those bombs out. All right? They wanted to. So this just goes to show you there's no dealing or trying to deal justly with these devils. Let's go ahead and roll this tape. Did you hear that? Just so you know, this piece of shit here just died recently. All right. Did you hear that? This is the result. This is what this devil does. He goes around. Let's get, you know where I'm going. This is Habakkuk. All right. And the heading here is the Most High answers the prophet. But we skip down right to the, well, let's start at 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. We're talking about these prophecies, all right? These things are set in motion. There's no turning back. These things will happen. Just have patience, all right? Verse 4, who we're dealing with, these Edomites, these so-called, they call themselves white. They're not. They're red, because the blood shows forth through that translucent skin of theirs. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. All right? And the only just are the Israelites. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, what? His philosophy, his doctrines, his democracy. He went over there with that bullshit, and look at almost 20 years. Now you got these women marching in the streets talking about their rights. There was order over there before. You never heard a peep. But because what? Because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, is always in other people's business, trying to tell them how to live their lives. Who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death and cannot be satisfied. He wants what's his, and he wants what's yours. All right. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that layeth himself with thick clay. That's abayath, that Hebrew word. It talks about debt. All right. And this is a debt-based system that we're living in. All right. 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because things are turning around. All right. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. And this is the nation of Edom's greatest fear. They know they have fucked over everybody on this planet, but specifically, they know that they've done wrong by the Israelites. And the Israelites being the Most High's people, guess what? They're fucked. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. 9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. All right. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. Really, it says destruction. Woe means destruction to him that buildeth a town with blood. It's inevitable. All right. You can think of it as what goes around comes around. All right. Wow. I'm going to skip down to 15. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink. Again, in this case, what did he do? Over there for 19 years telling him, you have these certain amount of rights. All right, you don't have to live under Sharia law. You don't have to, just like a devil would do. And now he left them high and dry. All right. So what do you think going to happen? Well, no wonder they were, when the planes were leaving, they were jumping, hanging on to them, and then falling hundreds of feet to their deaths. All right? Because what do you do with a turncoat, with a traitor? All right? But you did that. You consorted with the enemy. And I'm talking about those Afghans. You consorted with the enemy. What do you expect? Don't go crying now. Again, Habakkuk 2 and 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth that bottle to him. And again, we're talking about Esau Edom here, because he started this shit. All right, with his philosophy, like we read earlier. His democracy. Now they got to have homosexuals. They got to give them rights. He says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him and makest him drunken. Also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Most High Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. All right? People are saying what, again, Isaiah 25 and 7. Let's go there real quick. All right? Let's see. The heading here, Song of Praise for the Most High's favor. This is verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations, because they were under this spell. All right. Yeah, the white man, sure, yeah, he's all about justice. To borrow from that show, what was it, The Adventures of Superman? What was it, Truth, Justice, and the American Way? Yeah, bullshit. All right. People are not under, that spell is wearing off. All right. They're seeing you for what you really are, and it's not pretty. All right. Let's continue a little bit longer in this. Just a second. Let's look up that word, because that's an important word when it comes to dealing with America. Esau, Edom, so-called white man in general, but in particular, America. This is hubris. All right, as a noun, excessive pride or self-confidence. Did you hear that? Excessive pride or self-confidence. Synonyms. Is this not how the world views America? What was that phrase during the Trump administration? Exceptionalism. Synonyms: arrogance, conceit, conceitedness, haughtiness. Proverbs 16:18. Pride, vanity, self-importance, self-conceit, pomposity. All right, and I ain't gonna even try that one. All right, pride. Not just pride, excessive pride. Just like also with this Edomite, you have something else. You have greed, but you also have avarice, which is what? Greed on steroids. All right, just to put that out there. There you go. Now let's just listen to how they did this shit. These are some wicked ass motherfuckers, boy. Mm. They hold themselves not guilty. All right. There you go. There you go. And I'm going to leave it right there for time's sake because that's the gist of what I was trying to convey. All right. These are things that are set in motion by the United States. And this is a pattern of Esau Edom. All right. Uh, Let me go to, and I'll close with this. This is Revelation chapter 6. Remember, I told you that this is what this devil was created for. All right. This is under the heading here, the second seal war. Verse 4 says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given to him a great sword. All right. This is the blessing that was given to these Edomites. Well, the sword, and that's parabolic. It's not just talking about running around with an actual sword. All modes of warfare, how it's established, all manners of weapons, whether it be microbiology, whatever, anything that can be weaponized, this falls under his blessing. All right. And that goes into what I was telling you earlier with that blessing that was given to him in Genesis 27th chapter, started at 38. All right. On down to 41. And it says everything, well, instead of, let me read it, because that's what we do. This is Genesis chapter 27, verse, I hear it says here, the stolen blessing. All right. You know about, at this point, Jacob was going, he's losing his vision, and this is something that, at the behest of Rebecca earlier on in the chapter, you see, all right, and it says, verse 38, and Esau said unto his father, because the blessing was already given to Jacob, is thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke off from thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother. All right, but let's go and look at this fatness. And you can see this especially applies to today, because Where is Esau found? All right. He's always, this is Strong's H4924, Mashapam. All right. Fatness, fat peace, fertile place, richly prepared food. Look how he dealt with Gad, the tribe of Gad, so called Native Americans when he came over here. What happened? They got the choice pieces of land and gave what? Gad ended up on reservations that really they can't sustain themselves. All right, fatness, fat pieces. All right, the last one, fertile spots or places. All right, a rich dish. Let's see. Let's go into the Brown Driver Briggs lexicon. Let's see. Stout, vigorous. All right, let's see. Fertile spots, like I said earlier. But that's what he does. That's how he attains these things. All right, and that's why John 10 and 10 is important. You know, let's go there real quick. Because he is a thief also. It says, Parable of the Good Shepherd. Let's go on down to 10. It says, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. How does he do that? By means of his advanced weaponry. That's his blessing. Everybody got to come to this devil. All right. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. And if you can't see that, then you are truly blind. All right. Everybody, when it comes to weapons of war, has to go to this man, this nation, all right, to get instruction. And they buy and purchase those things from him. And in some cases, they learn, like I said, from him to build their own. All right, hey, so with that, of course, I hope you see this because I probably will not post the link. But again, it's Democracy Now!, and this is the September 6th edition. All right. And the speaker's name, the interviewee, is Spencer Ackerman. And he's talking about today's crisis in Kabul is the direct result of decades of U.S. war and destabilization. And that's exactly what it did. That's what this devil does. Their first so-called CIA mission, what? Destabilized what? Iran with Mossadegh. All right. So hey. So with that, I hope whoever views this is edified. That's what we here at Great Millstone aim to do. And this is all done in trying to wake up the remaining, hopefully, light. All right. So with that, hey, shalom.